Well, I think I've decided I'm going to pitch here because I want those views across to the Snowdon Horseshoe. The only issue we've got, it's an easterly wind today, so the wind is blowing that way, and the tent I've brought is a Nammatj 2 by Hilleberg, so it's a tunnel tent, and really I should be pitching it into the wind. It's only got one door, which means I'm either looking that way or that way and not at the horseshoe. So I'm going to pitch side onto the wind. I've just checked the weather, you've seen that. It's a black label tent and it's more than capable of handling winds from the side. You're not meant to do that. It's best practice, isn't it, to pitch it into the wind, but I want those views. I can't come here and not look at that. So yeah, it's a really remote spot. It's getting on a bit now, so I'm going to get the tent pitched. We have got the distinctive, which way is it? It's always a nightmare, isn't it? There we go. That's the summit of Snowdon, or the Welsh name, which I can't pronounce. Put it up on the screen now. There's the infamous crib Goch. I'll tell you the funny story about that actually later, with me and Walshy and another mate back in the day. Terrifying experience of it, first time, and how we stumbled across it. So I'll do that a bit later after our evening meal tonight. Got the new MSR switch stove. I'm looking forward to using that. I've managed to get one of those Bla Band, you guessed it, pasta bolognese meals, but they are lovely, the Bla Band ones, and that's probably pronounced wrong as well. Well, yeah, I'm looking across to is it Glaslyn, one of the lakes in the horseshoe. I'll check on the map. I did bring that and my compass, did a bit of compass work, but oh my goodness me, the route up to this, there's no path really, it's just across the bogs from hell, and it's a good job I wasn't filming. You'd have liked it. I fell over a couple of times, and the pack is so heavy, it's almost 19 kilos, absolutely stupid. But I fell over, and at one point I couldn't get up because I was lying on the pack, and yeah, it's like a dead weight, and my leg had gone under me. It was just a bit of a nightmare. I just stood on this bit of grass and my foot went into the bog of doom, and that was it. But good fun, some comedy moments. It's what makes it memorable, I guess. How lovely is this? Apart from the haze. Anyway, we get the tent pitched, take in some of the views. I'll speak to you later on. So I'm just filling this halfway up. It's one of them sachet coffees. They're never the best. It's the Kenko ones. They're better than some. I was looking at an AeroPress in Cotswold the other day. Looked expensive, but I've heard good things about them. I don't know if anyone's ever used one. Are they any good? Are they easy to, take out with you on something like this? Clean? Are they practical? Don't know. Anyway, lid on. Well, pretty soon we're going to lose the light behind the mountains. We've probably got about an hour left. What a lovely place to sit and watch the whale go by. Wow, absolutely unbelievable. It's not unbelievable, is it? You know what I mean? But I always get a little bit, I can't articulate how magical it feels when you're on your own. And I'm going to wax lyrical. Push yourself, get up there. Don't just settle for, well, I'll go here, that'll do, because I'm knackered. You know, I wanted to do that today, and I'm not even on the highest place. It's just how I felt today. But I pushed myself because I knew if I did, the reward would be, oh, there's the reward. Absolutely amazing. It's a bit weird. I'm getting to a stage in my life where, and I know I'm only still young. I'm 43 now. You wonder where life goes. All of a sudden it's like, oh my goodness me, where's it going? Why is it going so fast? I don't want this to go. I want to still keep enjoying it. And I've had some fantastic times. Well, it's absolutely humbling. It really is. The memories I've got there, I will always, and there's many more to come, you know. It's just, yeah. I think you reach a certain age and then, I don't know, you get a bit of perspective on things and your thoughts turn to looking after these places and making sure the next generation can get out and enjoy it and do what you did. That they've got it to enjoy and go with the mates and learn and make mistakes. What those mountains teach you, and I know this is waxing lyrical. If you can get into that and get the younger generation out there, resilience, problem solving, decision making, confidence, independence, all the life skills that you need, you can get if you go into the mountains. So if you're the younger generation watching this, and I know you're probably not, but if you are, or you've got kids, go and take them, introduce them to that like my parents did, you know, and it will do you well. It'll set you up in life. Everything you need is out there, plus your fitness. And it's something that hopefully will stay with you for life. And that is part of the beauty of the outdoors. It's not all just about the mountains, you know, on my channel. That's just my channel in life. I go on the local walks, the flat walks. It's still the outdoors and nature, and it's still amazing. But when you start getting middle-aged, that kind of misplaced belief that you're invincible and you just go on forever, all of a sudden it's like a little niggle at the back of your mind. You think, bloody hell, there's a time limit on this. So it's all about getting out and making the most of it. And I'll leave all that there, but it's just what happens in life, I think. So come to the mountains, go outdoors, be sensible, do it properly, do it right. Don't get hurt, don't lead others astray or do ridiculous things. You know, get yourself on some of the courses. There's many courses and guided walks with proper people that can take you out and introduce you to it safely. That's what I had, a group, a climbing group, and that kind of gave me basic skills and some more advanced skills, and then it just went from there. So that's enough of waxing lyrical and getting all sentimental about the mountains, but it is humbling. Absolute serene beauty, but then in winter and storms, absolutely deadly. Well, I'm not sure how good the audio is on this camera because I've forgotten the mic for it. Anyway, everyone, good time. That's what we're definitely having now. Good time in the mountains. Let's see if we can put that on a bit of a soft light setting, or I think it is. Hang on a minute. Cheers, as always, to the great outdoors. That's nice. It's got like an orangey kick to it. Great. 4 decilitres. I think that's 400 ml. It's not an exact science. So 400 ml, I've decided that's what 4 decilitres is. And let's think about where we want the spout to be when we're pouring it. We want it there. Yeah. So that's right on properly. Leave it there just for now. First time again. So we like to see. Right. 1 switch stove. Do your thing. You get a really generous portion with these, which is probably why it's relatively so much water. That's why we line the spout up. Well, it's time for the most exciting taste test, because once again, pasta bolognese makes the menu. Lovely and warm. Let's make sure we've got no creatures on here. Don't want any rogue ground beetles making their way in. Give it a good stir, and that's really rehydrated well. Don't want some rogue plastic in there. Just leave it there for now. But yeah, this is it's very different to the tarmac one. Those of you that like pasta bolognese, I'm now a connoisseur of dehydrated pasta bolognese meals. Self-proclaimed connoisseur, might I add. But yeah, it's very sort of home cook style. Just one mouthful. I hate eating on camera. Lovely. So that's pasta bolognese. This lovely IPA with a bit of orange in it. And I'm going to sit and eat this in the dark, looking out at the climbers making their way down. So I'll speak to you later on. So I'll tell you about that time that I mentioned earlier on in the video, when we first stumbled across Crib Goch. And yeah, it was an experience I'll never forget. I've done it a couple of times now, but the first time we just stumbled across it. So there was me and Walshy and another mate called Martin Mannion. And we decided to go to North Wales for a weekend of camping, have a bit of a micro adventure. So we packed our bags and met up at a train station where we lived, and we got the train from a station in Merseyside all the way to Chester and changed there, and we got the train to Battersea Coed. And yeah, we didn't have any idea where we were going to camp. Can't remember what tent we had, like an old Van Gogh Equinox when they first come out. So I think we were 16 or 17, and we just walked. We got off the train in Betis and just walked, and we eventually found a campsite. As you go out of the village on the left hand side, it was an old farm. Just double check that. I'm not sure if it's still going there. Was it Handra Farm or something like that? I don't know. Anyway, it was on the left hand side, and you got an old shower block with a toilet and 20p shower job and a field, and that was it. It was great. So we sent Walshy into the spa, which was a 21 and over alcohol policy. I've no idea how, but he got served. So we were made up, send the goat in because he had a beard. I think he was born with a beard. And we bought a massive bottle of Smirnoff. All he had was Lilt left, so we drank Smirnoff and Lilt in the campsite. And I remember we bought a packet of cigarettes. We don't smoke and we didn't smoke. We were just lighting cigarettes and sticking them in old tent pegs upside down to kind of ward off the midges. Yeah. And that was it. We had a great laugh. We went to the stables bar for our evening meal, and the next day we thought, right, we're going to go and tackle Snowdon. So we did the pig track all the way up. We got the Sherpa bus from Betters all the way to Penny Pass, and we did the pig track, and it was absolutely boiling. I remember a roasting hot summer's day. It was like shorts and t-shirts weather, so it was fine. Normal route up, and we got to the summit, and we thought, right, we want to go down a different way. You know, we don't want to do the miners track or the pig track. And we got to the decision point, and there was a guy coming across. I can't remember his name, but we said to him, we want to go down a different way, but we don't want to do Crib Goch. So like, right, follow this ridge. Anyway, he sent us onto Cribby this hill, and yeah, we started across that, and I just remember things getting narrower and narrower and thinking, what the hell's this, you know? And it was one of them, we didn't have a map. It's middle of summer, so we had loads of daylight, but yeah, you live and learn, don't you? So this guy had sent us on to Crib Goch. So yeah, we made our way across, and it was absolutely horrendous. I just remember the exposure being awful because we were going the Snowdon way back, and everyone was coming the other way. So yeah, I'll never forget. I mean, it was lovely and dry, but you know, I didn't have the best head for heights, but we were younger then and a little bit more fearless. And I remember when we got on the arete proper, and it was literally at times one leg on one side, one leg on the other, and we were dragging ourselves across, and Walshy just blasted off into the distance, and me and Martin just tentatively dragged ourselves across, and there was a guy coming the opposite way, so we had to wait because there was a bit of an impasse, because I thought, I'm not standing up. So it was one of those moments, and we had a bit of a chat to him, said it was the first time, and he had an old camera. So it was not the era of digital cameras, it was 35mm film jobs, and he took a picture of me and Martin and Michael sat on Crib Goch on the arete, and he took my address and said he would post it out, and we've looked and looked and we can't find that picture anywhere. But a couple of weeks later there was a letter arrived, here you go lads, as promised, blah blah blah, and our faces were a picture. I wish I could find that again. And yeah, we got back down, scrambled our way back down, and it was exhilarating. Got back on the bus, the Sherpa bus, back into Betis, and we went and drowned our sort of celebratory pints in the stables bar, and I'll never forget that experience. Long time ago now, and yeah, as we started going more and more, we did it a couple more times over the years, but it's not for me anymore. Ridges, knife edge ridges, aretes, after my mishap on Sharp Edge, and that slip on Foul Crag, never again. If anyone hasn't watched that video, I'll leave it above now. But yeah, those types of ridges aren't for me, certainly now that I'm a dad and I've got 2 kids to think about. So that was my experience at Crib Goch back in the day. I'm going to finish this beer. I might not have the third one. Got a little bit of wine. I've got some audio books. I'm going to listen to them, and I will speak to you in a bit. Well, that's it. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. I really have. More great memories made in the great outdoors. If you have liked it, please take the time, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new to MCM Outdoors, and if you've got any questions about kit or gear that I've used today or in this camp, just let me know. I'll see you on the next one. Come out and enjoy it yourself. Take care.